Good morning, everyone. How are you? Let's see. My face looks a little brighter. There we go. That's looking good. All right, cool. Let me just double check. Cool. Two. Let's double check. Cool. Two. Let's double check. Cool. Two. Let's double. That like reverberation there. All right, nice. I'm gonna put my little. There you go. Those are my Mother's Day gifts from my mom. So get them out of the way there so you don't have to look at them the whole time. All right, cool. Well, welcome back, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Truly, truly grateful to have you guys here. It's been an interesting week, so I'm really excited to get into everything and really dive in full force and really, explain to you guys what's been going on with the energies. So again, I am so grateful that you guys are here joining me. And again, if you cannot see this live, this message or whatever messages are in here will reach you when they are actually meant to reach you. So again, I typically will speak on what has been going on with the Ascension energies this past week and moving forward, and I will be calling pulling cards as well for both the divine masculine and feminine energies this week. So you guys can get a glimpse of what's moving forward as well with them, what's going on with them right now, and then what's going on moving forward. So first going to cleanse our space. Again, I already cleansed myself, but again, this just throws this energy to you to really kind of cleanse your energy. So whatever's meant to come through will come through. Whew, that one was like super smoky. All right, cool. Again, truly blessed to have you guys here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm going to jump in today by quoting the Bible, right? So I put it on my cover page. So it's from John 15, 1, 2. And it says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, and every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it may be even more fruitful. So right now, this is really like what's been going on this week. God has been pruning your tree. So he's really been removing anything that is unproductive in your life. He's getting rid of anything that's unproductive, and he's like refining anything good in your life, right? So he's in this refinement process of really bringing out the true goodness in you. And anytime that you prune any trees or you prune bushes too, it allows, again, in my own physical world, I've been doing this as well, but it allows more light to come in as well. So sometimes when you prune, it just allows more air, more flow, more light to come in. And that's where we are right now. It's God really coming in, being able to shine his light through you and work through you. And again, that flow, that divine flow is coming in. So you can really understand and hone your intuition and know your intuition, and then act on those impulses. Act on, so whatever's coming into you through a download or just intuitive nudge or synchronicity, then it's being able to act on those as well. So, but it's really beautiful. It's just refinement of what is good. So again, and there's so much good in all of us, and that's that true remembering as well. Just remembering that we are all inherently good in nature. So it's just holding on to that belief, and not, and really using your discernment to try to pull yourself back to that truth, and not the truths that the matrix tends to want to suck us into, the deceptive truths as well, which was kind of all like last week's energy, that truth and deception thing. We're out of that. And now we're just really refining what is good. So love it. Now, having said that, so it's really, now we're like leaning into trusting divine guidance, trusting in God, trusting in our higher selves, just trusting in ourselves, right? Having that full belief, but also because we've stepped into the surrender, also pulling back and knowing that we're living life on life's terms, right? So really kind of going with the divine flow, living life on life's terms, and really stepping back into that flow state where everything is just easy and everything just moves, smoothly and and just flows. So as I'm saying this, I've been seeing like a lot of little like orbs lately. So I just see my little blue orb just pop up. So yeah, beautiful. So with that, so trust in divine guidance, living life on life's terms, just going with the flow, allowing your life to be easy and effortless, no matter what comes up. I'm not saying that life is always going to be perfect, but it's really just, holding, anchoring into love, anchoring into your peace, and holding that no matter what comes up, right? So that's really what it's all about. But absolutely beautiful. And then this week has been a big week of transformation as well. So really, like transformation and transitioning into like a new state of being. And again, just like God pruning our bush, like pruning our trees, our bush, leaving behind anything that no longer serves us. So it could be a job, it could be a family member, it could be a thought process, it could be a belief, it could be a negative thing that we feel about ourselves. It's really normally could be a person. It's really just anything that no longer serves us. It's just kind of like leaving that behind and really just like transitioning into like a new state of being, like a completely new state of being where you're starting this new life. And it may look similar, right? Like, so certain things in your life may look similar, but it's approaching life from a whole new enlightened, awakened mindset, right? So it's not like you're not doing the same things. It's like you're doing it from a whole completely different perspective. So that's kind of the beauty in it. But yeah, so you may be seeing a lot of frogs this week, black swans, which I put on my kind of cover page. So black swans are a big sign of transformation, the beauty of embracing the unexpected, personal growth, and self-discovery, which is kind of where we are. But yeah, really just, and also like funerals, if you're seeing any funerals, any hearses, it's kind of like that death of the old, letting go, and that closure of that old persona, that old thought process, that old programming, whatever it is, just closing that all down and stepping into the new with this new refreshed mind, this new, I'm going to say like a mind of God, right? Where there is no limitations and there is no fear. And it really is that you're anchored into your heart space and you are anchored into true, pure divinity, true, pure love. So it's cool. As I'm sitting between my two photos, it almost looks like they're one in the background because it looks like my head's in the way and it's like, they're actually two separate photos. So anyways, that was just a side note to tell you guys. So, all right, cool. So God's been pruning, our tree, really refining what is good. We're living life on life's terms, going with the flow, transitioning and transforming into this new version. And again, you may be seeing frogs, butterflies, swans, big transformation energies. And then the 333 energy, I've been seeing that a lot more lately. Again, I wear that. That is my part of my divine acceptance, 333. Big number for me. I love it. Really just a reminder to trust your intuition, embrace your gifts, and nurture your spiritual path. That's where we are right now. Now, I've also been feeling very, very strongly a connection with Mary Magdalene this week. So she is also really, I feel like this like stuckness in my like throat and chest. And I feel like this is also just her kind of coming through. And this is a big transformation with her involved. It's a big transformation energy, really devotion and stepping into empowerment. So when I'm talking about this new version, refinement of what is good, stepping into this empowerment. Mary Magdalene was a big, it really represents like feminine empowerment, the rise of the divine feminine, just that divine feminine essence within us. And speaking, and that's where it all is all this fear coming up. Speaking our full, authentic truth, not being afraid, having courage to stand in our divine feminine essence, our divine feminine power, and speak our truth and not be afraid. For so long, Again, and a lot of it comes and stems from just society as a whole, and the structures that are put in place. But it's always been a very male-dominated world, male-dominated in politics, religion, businesses, whatever it is, very male-dominant. And Mary Magdalene was. She was known as pretty much like the whore in most of it, but she was also the holy woman. So with true like divine acceptance, right? It's accepting both sides of that, and that it's a spiritual growth, a new beginning. Understanding it's really that like that coming out of the ashes, that phoenix energy as well, right? Like that empowerment that we all have, like darkness in us. We all have a shadow side of us, and there's no perfect person in the world. So it's embracing that humanity. And this is where the divine feminines have also been called to come back, get out of the 5D a little bit and bring all of that knowledge and the vibration from the 5D back, and then bring it back into the heart space, bring it back into the third dimension, and anchor this in. And remembering that we are all human, we are all here for a divine reason, but none of us are perfect. We are perfect in our divinity, but it's also embracing that shadow, the dark, and the light together. So, but yeah, Mary Magdalene, very, very powerful this week. Her energy is really coming in, that devotion, that empowerment energy, and that courage to speak your truth. She was one of Jesus's disciples. She was the teacher of teachers, and that's not a known fact out there in the world. Most people, just based on the Catholic religion, just see her as a prostitute, right? But she really was the teacher of teachers, and that's really men trying to suffocate, I guess. Men trying to suffocate that voice within her. The fact that she was the most understanding of Jesus's teachings, and she went out and actually she preached the word of Jesus out there many, many years after. And again, most people in the Catholic religion, it's only men that are allowed to preach that. But really, it's just stepping into that true divinity, knowing that that divine feminine, that Mary Magdalene energy is here, that courageous energy to kind of push you forward and empower you to continue to do what you're doing, speak your truth, and help the collective rise again. So, and help this divine feminine rise again. And again, when I say divine feminine, I am not speaking of a feminine individual. I'm speaking of the feminine energy that resides in each and every one of us. So in order to be completely whole, you need the balance of both of those energies within you. You need your divine feminine, which is your intuition. You need this. This is your hand of God, like this divine light that's within you, that intuition, that those nudges, and then you need your masculine energy to act upon them. So again, it's just, like I said, it's just really that empowerment energy and bringing her voice back, right? Bringing her voice back to reality, and to this three-dimensional plane as well. So yeah, all about spiritual growth and new beginnings. So, and right before I jumped on the call, it was kind of cool. I clicked the button on my phone and I ended up on TikTok, and like what popped up, it was this thing, it was playing the song in the background that says, "I am rising right now. I am rising in myself." And that's this energy, this empowerment energy that we're moving into, that we're moving forward. So I'm feeling this very, I don't know what the word is, like a quick energy. Like things are beginning to move fast now. So, all right, cool. So I'm going to pull some cards for the feminine energies and the masculine energies. So I'm going to pull cards from my Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, that one. And then also I'm going to pull cards from the Divine Feminine deck, again, from that Mary Magdalene energy that I'm feeling this week. Pull a couple cards for both the masculine and the feminine on that side. So, all right, cool. So let's pull this and see what's going on. Pull the feminine first. All right, so what do we need to know for the feminine? What's going on with her this week? Whoa, man. That? This one? No. Let's see. What message needs to come out for the feminines this week? What's going on? This. Yes. And for the masculine, let's see. Slept so long. I don't really know if it's right because they'll say, they'll give me confirmation. I'm still getting used to like shuffling at a table here since I've shifted positions and I've been working more here, but all right, let me focus. So what card needs to come out for the masculine? This one? This? No. Any others? Okay. And now we'll pull out feminine. So I love these cards. I think they're so beautiful. And again, these are divine feminines that throughout history, they really had such like courage, almost like David in when he defeated Goliath. I was just recently watching that show, so again, I have that in my head, but where he knew with God all things are possible, and he didn't have any fear. Like he was afraid, but he still moved forward anyways. And this is all these divine feminines in this deck. Same thing. They were definitely had fear, right? Oh, that's for the feminine. But they continue to move forward anyways. And that's like what life's about, right? It's just kind of facing your fears and going, knowing that really there's nothing that can harm you. That's masculine? Yeah. Any other? No. Okay. All right, so let's check this out. Let's see what's going on with the feminine. So I got the Black Madonna, Our Lady of Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into greater capacity to love. So that's that card there, really beautiful. And then Root Girl. So funny, I got this the other day. So it's really just, this is that divine acceptance. So Root Girl, I love this card. I think it's so beautiful. This is another thing. It's really showing me like these three lower chakras, this red, orange, and yellow. These are the three-dimensional, the 3D chakras. This is that feminine coming back into these the lower chakras and bringing everything from the 5D back into the 3D. So yeah, these three chakras have definitely been coming online the past couple, I would say the last like 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, so this week definitely you'll see on my cover page too. I also had the sacral chakra, which is orange. I've been feeling that a lot this week. Last week it was more the yellow solar plexus, and the week before I think was the root chakra, which is red. So again, that's just kind of reminds me of that. But Root Girl, this disowned self, it's that little inner child who felt neglected, that really just embracing her and loving her and allowing her to be seen. Kind of similar to that Mary Magdalene energy, same thing. Just seeing the beauty in every aspect of ourselves, like the dark, the light, that little hidden like girl in the roots. Like when I see this card, I think she is so beautiful. But again, she is scared. She is afraid. She feels alone. So it's really just embracing her, bringing her in, loving her, hugging her, giving her whatever she needs so that she can thrive, and you can turn all these energies back into love. So really pretty. And then the Black Madonna says, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Hold on 1 second. I just want to read from hers. 26. Yeah, so I feel like this quickening, or also this like anxious energy, right? So the feminines also, it's that being afraid, but then still moving forward anyways, right? I'm kind of feeling that. It's like a little bit of like anxiety, but also just moving forward with intention, and almost like you have that whole like army of divine like behind you. They all have your back. So it's like just moving forward, even though you have that little bit of anxiety, that little bit of fear in you. It's okay. That's what makes you human. But it's also knowing in the 5D, you've got a whole army behind you that is ready just to, support you and fight with you at any moment. So just really, really cool. All right. So who is she? The Black Madonna represents the power we all have to emerge from the darkness transformed. There are over 500 Black Madonnas throughout Europe. Historians believe many of the icons are actually of the Egyptian goddess Isis and her son Horus. which were carried over from Egypt during the Crusades. Other icons of the Black Madonna are meant to represent earth goddesses and are worshipped for the fertility miracles attributed to them. She's often depicted holding the royal scepter of ruling monarch. Jungian psychologist Marion Woodman believes that the Black Madonna represents a new awareness of consciousness toward the earth and our bodies. She represents the wisdom we can only accrue when we go through the often painful fires of transformation. Like I said, this whole week it's all about transformation. So everything is like clicking. It's just all, and I love this when like everything comes together, everything that I'm saying, it's all like playing out here on the card. So it's really cool. Painful fires of transformation. In The Pregnant Virgin, Woodman relates that only the intensity of the fire can unite body and soul. The Black Madonna helps us become conscious of the spirit in matter, of light in the dark, of the intersection of sexuality and spirituality. This particular Black Madonna resides in the Benedictine monastery in Switzerland. The abbey is dedicated to Our Lady of the Hermits because the chapel where she resides was originally the hermitage of Saint Meinrad, the 9th century hermit. Let's see. So alchemy is a physical process of transforming base metals into unalloyed gold, which represents a spiritual and metaphysical process of burning away all obstacles to just be the soul. Oh, I should have just read this end part here. So the Black Madonna is loved for having been through fires of loss and for emerging with greater capacity to love. Every afternoon for hundreds of years, monks of the abbey have come out for meditation to sing Salve Regina to Our Lady of the Hermits. All right, so this is really what I should have started with, so I apologize. So I gave you a little history on the Black Madonna. So it says, when your soul selects this card, for millennia, the body, the earth, all forms of matter have been devalued and misunderstood. The dark has been so vilified, yet all life emerges from the pitch black womb. The darkness is potential. It's the crucial and elemental stage we must all go through to create a new or more life. The Black Madonna is the emblem of deep wisdom, the profound consciousness that is inherent in all things. All living and created things are energy. The body has wisdom, the earth has wisdom. And the pain we experience as humans contains deep wisdom. When we are in the fires of suffering, it can be difficult to trust that the gold is being forged. It can be hard to trust when we are in terrific pain that there's a process at work and that will make us more authentic, more alive, and infinitely freer. It can be almost impossible to accept and notice the presence of the divine when we are at our most human. The Black Madonna is the cauldron that holds us steadfastly as we endure the alchemy of integrating more soul into our existence. She's a promise that what doesn't survive the fires of suffering was never meant for us. And she is the presence that is there with us, even when we might feel the most alone, reminding us that there's no darkness we can enter without being met by love. So it's so crazy that we got Root Girl and the Black Madonna, because they both really like kind of represent that same thing. It's really embracing that darkness and that lonely person within. So the soul voice meditation, how is my solitude serving me? An intention, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So that's for the feminists this week. Love it. Absolutely love it. So for my masculine folks out there, let's see. This says me talks. I love this. Repairing the mind, body, and spirit. So this is so crazy because this is like the opposite, right? So these are the 3 lower chakras. And these are the 3 upper chakras, right? And this is where it's flipped. The feminine, who has been up in the 5D, has now come down back to the 3D to anchor in the divine energies into the earthly energies. And the masculines have come out of the 3D, and now their intuition and their feminine, they're remembering that feminine within them and really embracing that. So with these colors, I see the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra. So these are more the higher energies that are coming on. But this card, I love it because it's like a bubble bath, and it says me talks, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. So that's where our masculine energies are. And yesterday, I posted a picture if anybody saw it. It was of a rainbow halo around the sun. So when I saw this, for me, it really represented, so the sun represents the masculine, and seeing this halo around it It's almost like an enlightenment. It's a divine presence. So it was almost like the masculine was embracing the angelic realm. It was embracing the divine. It was embracing that feminine energy. So it was almost like them moving up and on that ascension process, and going through that. So it's kind of like this kind of goes together. So me talks. Let's check that out. Where's my book? But yeah, really cool. And then that 39. All right, so 39. Eliminating toxic thinking, repairing the body, mind, spirit, and cleaning house. So when the Me Talks card appears, it challenges you to discard the deep, dearly held judgments that you've passed over yourself and others. Release the people who you feel wronged or offended you. Recognize that they mirror the shadow aspects of your own soul. Yes, it's a tough pill to swallow. Only then can you cull from your life the toxic people you've allowed into your inner circle. It's time for a cleaning of your proverbial house. Get rid of the thoughts and personal judgments poisoning your mind. Eliminate the inauthentic beliefs of others you've adopted as your own. Do so before your mind makes you sick, and empty your your literal cupboards of unhealthy junk food poisoning your body. Fast for one day or skip a meal to allow your body to cleanse itself and rid itself of toxins. Me Talks appears as a warning that you can no longer postpone the self-care and pampering you long for. The time is now. Do healthy maintenance on your body before you have to make repairs that you will never quite recover from. Me Talks has come to caution you that it is not too late, but you are at the 11th hour. Do not deprive yourself of the health you deserve. So that's just like a shout out to make sure you're taking care of yourself. And then for the masculines, this is the feminine who came through. Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. So this is kind of that same thing that the negative thoughts, the negative beliefs, or any judgment around that. But the Divine Mother, this is really, again, that feminine energy that's coming through the masculine is remembering. So it's really a beautiful card. So I don't know, I'm seeing something in that. I don't know, like a triangle or something. All right, let me see. Let's see what she has to say. Wrong book. Sarada. That's Sarada. Sarada. It's almost like Sarada. 92. I really am not familiar with her, so let's check it out. We're going to learn together. Okay. So this is the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. So what am I? I'm at 28. I'm just going to read the whole thing because, well, here, let me see. When your soul selects her card, Sarada Devi loved all her disciples unconditionally and equally. In her teaching, she emphasized that there is no such thing as a stranger. She encouraged her devotees to understand that everyone we meet is actually a part of us and is connected to us, and that if we want to experience true peace, we need to own the fault and judgment that we project onto others. We need to see our own faults and forgive them with love. Sarada Devi whispers gently to us, no one is a stranger, my child. This whole world is your own. So if something keeps showing up in the people we meet and in the relationships we are cultivating, Sarada asks us to meet them from within us, meaning the aspects of this other person that might be causing us pain or frustration or just plain aversion. These same aspects exist within us. Unless we are willing to really meet with these aspects within us, the universe will keep presenting them to us in our relationships. And it's not to piss us off, it's to free us. It's out of a deep love for us to fully heal. The goal here is for us to love ourselves fiercely from within, without judgment or shame for where we are in the moment. The goal is to let us mother ourselves with unconditional love. That's the only love that will quiet those harsh, critical voices within us, so we can stop wasting our time mirrored in judgment of others or ourselves and get on with being the perfectly imperfect light that we are. So the soul voice meditation, what am I currently judging or criticizing about myself? And the intention is unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. So I guess it's really just saying to, release all judgments this week and really kind of step into that embodiment of love. But it's so funny because like really with both aspects, the cards that came out for the feminine and the cards that came out from the masculine, it's really just a lot of it is just embracing, like really loving ourselves, right? So that feminine is learning to love herself deeply, the dark and the light. And then the masculine is learning to love himself as well by caring for himself, like caring and being more gentle and loving. And then that divine mother essence, that unconditional love, like learning that he is love. And then the presence of love is, the absence of judgment. So really just loving yourself like first so that you can be able to love others. So it's really, like I said, it's weird how it's like mirroring each other, but beautiful. So I absolutely love it. I'm going to pull a card for Michael. And I also want to end this week. So today is April 29th. So 29 is a big number for me. I was born on a 29. My divine counterpart was born on a 29. And 29, so the message that I'm leaving with you guys with this week for the 29 is trust your abilities, embrace your spiritual mission, take positive action towards your goals. That's really what that 29 energy is really representing. So just embrace your mission and take positive action towards whatever goals you're shooting for. So, but last but not least, thanks. There it is. So this is from Michael. It says, anybody out there that needs to hear us, romance angels are helping you. So it says, dear guardian angels of my soulmate, thank you for preparing my soulmate and me for love, for giving us the motivation to make healthful life changes, and for arranging for us to meet. Thank you for helping us recognize each other and have the courage to say hello so that we can eventually delve into a truly intimate relationship. So I love that. So anybody out there that is having any issues in your relationships, just know that your angels are with you and they are helping you guys along the way. So, all right, cool. That's your message for the week. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining this week. Definitely, if you want any personal advice on where you guys are in your twin flame journey or ascension journey, you can check out my website, Divine Acceptance 333. And see the different services that I offer. And if you're not really sure where you want to start, you can always shoot me a message and we can kind of start a conversation. So again, send you guys so much light. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Bye.